We have made it into the second round of the Cup for the second consecutive year, and we're playing a team from a few divisions ahead of ourselves, and even more exciting, I've managed to get a haircut, so there's a win already. We haven't even played a game yet. Welcome back. Episode 10, Club-2, Doleboy, FM22. We have Rio Ave for our game today. I was considering teaming it up with the next league game, and then I realised that it's in over a month's time, so I'm not going to do that. But we'll play them. But what I'll also do is have a little update, see what Villa are up to. Should we do it first? Should we do it after? I'll do it first, then we'll go into the game against Rio Ave. We've only played 2 games since you were last with me. You can see them in the top right at the moment, but I'll go with that in a little bit more detail. And before we jump into the episode properly, and if you're looking forward to our adventure to go and see Villa, who we're going to go to shortly, then do me the favour of liking and subscribing, show your support on the channel, give the bell a little tickle as well, and it'll show you as soon as the video is uploaded. Our games in between, we played Atletico See, I tried to say this in the last one, and I think I cut it out because I butchered it that bad. Rejuengos. Definitely wrong. I decided to give João Mane his first game, a full game, out on the right mid. I'm trying to retrain him as a right mid, as an inside forward. And you know what? He did a good job. Scored a hat-trick. I was pretty happy with him. We beat them 5-1 and got ourselves into the next round of the Cup. And then we played Nadia, who, if I remember rightly, played quite well. And they were in the group we were in last year? Oh, no, okay. They were in our normal group from last year. And they finished 4th. So they're decent, but they're not the best. We beat them 1-0 with a very late penalty from Diogo Figueiras. We should have won the game, but the penalty definitely saved us in that. So we are still on 100% record, but it's not as smooth as that likes you to think. I am looking for some loanees for centre mid. I've got 2 that we're looking at that we're not going to pay any money. And we're not promising them game time really, but they're just coming in to bulk the numbers out. Because we've picked up an injury for Madureira. It's not major, but it's just enough to kind of mess us up a bit. And that's for 2 to 5 weeks. I was looking at, outside of our highest wage, our highest transfer value players, and they're Sousa, Borges, and Mane. So it's 3 wingers, funnily enough. I'm excited about this guy. He looks good. Looks very good. And his stats are pretty handy for that inside forward role, which I can't show you. I think I showed you on one of the old episodes, but yeah, he's going to be playing a lot for us. He's only 1.5 silver stars at the moment, but that will come up. I did it with Totora last year at Châteauroux. He was a centre-back, and he was like 5'7". So I retrained him to be a holding mid, and then a centre mid, and he did pretty well for us. And then I abandoned him. I think I've already updated you that we have had our second coaching badge as well. So we're coaching for our National B licence. I am earning £2,100 a week as well, which is a lot of money, considerably more than it should be. We're still in the Premier League. I say we. I haven't managed them yet, but we. Still in the Premier League. And Gerrard is currently the manager. And if you remember, at the point when this save was launched, our manager was actually a certain Dean Smith. So he has been fired during the game. Langer took over for 2 weeks. And then they actually hired Gerrard in-game as well. Which is strange. But he's nearly been with the club for 3 years. They still Premier League, so they haven't dropped anything in that regards. They're in 10th currently, but it's only September, so that's not too much of an issue. Player-wise, we'll have a little look. Okay, I can't really do much, but I can say that we've got Bailey, Luis, Zakaria, Luka Ivanusek. I'm not sure who he is, but he looks okay. But then again, I'm used to looking at players that have got 1 or 2 yellows, so him just having some greens alone is making him look decent. They look like a decent team already. We'll have a little butcher, see what they've done transfer history, and then from that, I'll see what they've done league. I'm just looking at kind of big sales or big purchases really more than anything. So Ivan Yuset came in for 11 to 14. They signed Liam Cooper. To be fair, it's a decent signing. And Zakaria they signed and then loaned out by the looks of that, sorry. Ryan Fredericks for some reason as well. And a bunch of loanees left in the first season. Following year, their biggest signing was Victor Christensen, who, if we've been watching the Aston Villa rebuild, I signed him as well. I also signed Zakaria, so I think they're copying me here. Just a bit of plagiarism. They've sold Al Ghazi, Wesley, and Mungo Bridge also. Just perfectly fine. No shocks there. Next players in Jayden Bogle, Tommaso Pobega, David Nemeth, Eric Plugar, Will Hughes, and a few others. No one really kind of jumping out to me there. Selling. Morgan Sanson's gone to Brentford and Bertrand Traore to Hellas Verona. Right, here we go. The first big signing we've seen. Marcos Antonio for 41.5 million. Couple that with Conrad De La Fuente, who's decent, and Santiago Mele, who I'm not sure I've heard of before, but he's a goalkeeper. And Nicholas Oliver, who came in from Glenavon on free. I don't know who he is. They've sold Buendia to Porto for 32.5 million. Big sale. They also sold Volker Farine. I don't remember seeing that they'd signed him. Did I miss that? Oh, here he is. They signed him from Lens for 1.6 million, so apparently he's not good anymore. And I'm also just going to skip through the release players, just see if there's anyone there that we've missed out on. Courtney Horse, that's good, because I think he's a bit of a donkey. And if you missed it, he's recently drove into a nursery? Children's nursery? Just drove his car into it. No one was hurt, fortunately. But it doesn't help the point that I think he's a donkey. Ashley Young has retired. He's about 100, to be fair. Lovre Kalinic, Jed Steer. No one else past that that's left this year. Caleb Chukwuemeka, who is the lesser of the two brothers, shall we say. No one there again. Nakamba, Davies, Revan. There's not really anything major. League-wise, I'm going to jump to stages and flick all the way back. First season, we finished 13th. Not much to say past that. Second season, 15th. Third season, made the way up to 10th. We'll have a little look, see what they've done in the Cups. So the FA Cup, they're currently in the third round. In the previous rounds, they've lost in the fifth round to Arsenal, quarter-final to Norwich, and the third round to Dons. It's not great. They're already out of the EFL Cup this season. Southampton, they lost on penalties in the second round. Semi-final to Man U on penalties. The fourth round to Cardiff on penalties. Feeling a theme emerging here. And most recently in the third round to Newcastle. I don't believe there's any other trophies that we need to look at there because they haven't done anything else. So they're kind of just there, really, aren't they, at the moment? So they could do with a little bit of inspiration, but I feel it's going to be a good few years before we're there to provide said inspiration. It's 2024, basically start of that season. We'll come back in a few years' time to see what they've done in the last few seasons. I was kind of hoping that they're either really pushing for the title or they fell apart and being relegated, but they're just kind of just there, which is probably what we're going to do over the next few years anyway. But I'm happy if we're not relegated, so that's all good. Let's go and play Rio Ave. Our team for the game will be Kukubo in goal. I have got him playing as a sweeper keeper on defend. I know he would prefer attack, but he equally can play goalkeeper on defend. So I'll just sit in the middle and see what we want from him from there. But I'm happy for him to play a defensive sweeper keeper. We have the back four of Figueras, Eduardo, Manga, and Alfonso. Diagna playing in behind Artevaldo and Tejera. And then we have Gerson Souza on the left, Mane on the right, and Skoglund up top. Happy for him to go poacher again because he did really well. I haven't actually played him since the last game that we had on camera. Kind of between me letting the assistant pick the teams and actively not trying to play him in the last game because I wanted him fresh for this one. But I'm thinking we might be able to do a job. I'm going to take us from positive to balanced. And we'll go into the game. We are heading towards the 20th minute. Corner for us on the right-hand side, and it's headed against the upright. There's not really been any dominance either side, considering they're two whole divisions ahead of us. We're playing quite well. Skoglund's got a free kick, about 30 yards out, puts it towards the top left, and Passinato, for them, I believe is his name, has parried it wide for a corner. Afonso puts it in towards the near post again, and it's headed out by Danny. Almost at half-time. I think, to be honest, looking at these stats, it's definitely us in possession. I'll try and encourage us before we didn't get a chance for that to take. I wanted little green faces going in at half-time, but it's not worked. I'm going to go hands on hips, and I'm going to go, you're doing well. Keep working hard until full-time. Oh, look at that. Got my players. Know them inside out. Best friends we all are. All of us. Throw in on the right for Rio Ave. Takes it short to Bernardo. Back to Rui Silva. And back to Bernardo once more. He tries to put it in, but just kicks. Oh, okay. Diana didn't. Couldn't tell you. Couldn't tell you what happened then. Tried to vocalise it, and madness was happening. There was a pinball kind of scramble within the 6-yard box, and then our man eventually got it away. The ball has made its way to Rio Ave's goalkeeper, who's kicked it straight down the middle of the pitch and somehow managed to set off an attack for them. Tejera has the ball out on the right side. Manga is going into... Oh, that's unfortunate. Anderson Cruz wins the header. Uh-oh. What we pausing for, ref? Whistle's already gone. Hey, it's disallowed. Not sure why. I didn't read in time. There's a corner for Rio Ave again. Bernardo puts it in, and it's headed away by Tejera. Anderson picks up the loose ball, puts it to Cesares, who's got it again on the edge of the area. Oh, Diana's getting himself sent off, isn't he? Let's take him off. Let's take him off before he gets himself sent off. Sounds like a good idea. We've brought Manga off for Gabby, and we've shuffled Freitas into centre-back to cover for him. And then I've took Diana off and brought in Paulo, and I've shuffled Tejera back into the kind of holding mid-role. But I am going to ask him to be a regista. Why the hell not? You can then be a centre mid on support alongside a box-to-box mid. So those three are just going to be kind of pottering about in the middle, getting under each other's feet. By the looks of this, we should replace Mane because he's not playing particularly well. But I don't want to, so I'm not going to. There is the ball with ourselves on the right. It was put towards Scotland and then absolutely blasted out by one of their defenders. I have just tried a little bit of encouragement from the team, but I probably shouldn't have pressed it because we had a highlight going on. Something's going to happen in this, in which it's going to upset him. Scotland, he's got through on goal, he scored, and then after scoring, I've then tried to encourage them, which means that all these little faces at the bottom of the screen are going to be livid. Quite annoying. But it's fine, we're 1-0 up. I'll leave us unbalanced. Good ball put through to Scotland. And he's done what he did in the last episode. Brings it down and just calmly passes it past the goalkeeper. I'm a fan. Okay. Oh no, okay. I thought I'd only angered one of them. I've angered most of them. Gabby throws it short to Gerson. Nods it into Tejera and back to Gabby. Okay, I thought he was going to get caught in possession. Afonso has the ball. Back to Gabby. And there's a man inside Gabby. No, he's not feeling it. There's not a man inside him. That was me stating to him that there was a man inside. Let's just move past that. Figueras gets it back to Eduardo, back to Afonso. We are looking relatively comfortable in possession, but I'm not happy. All we need to do is lose the ball, or someone to just randomly kick someone, and then we're properly on the back feet. But Mane's had the ball put through to him. Oh, and he struck the post. Oh, that would have been enough to justify me leaving him on. It's 15 minutes, so I'm going to drop us to cautious. I'm going to go into our instructions, and I'm going to drop both of these back one. Yes, I'm doing it. You know what's happening. It's fine. Don't worry. It's all perfectly fine. We'll drop the line of engagement, but we'll leave our standard lineup as well. So we're just trying to be a bit of a scumbag, running the clock down. We've managed to go a minute without a highlight, which isn't the amount of time I was hoping for. Also, they have a player called Moustache, which is brilliant. Anderson was offside. Ref, come on, do your job. Lino's doing it already. Behind my head. He's got his flag out like a good one. And it's been ruled out once more. Beautiful. I mean, to be fair, what's he playing at? They've had a second goal disallowed. Cruz he needs to brush up his skills on the offside rule, I think. We're into the last 4 minutes now in extra time, and I think we've done it. We've knocked out a team 2 divisions ahead of us. I don't know what to say. Well done. I'm going to go and tell them, well done. Let's do that. I'm very happy with the result despite it not being at our best. Shut your face. What are you doing? No, we were at our best. Maybe we weren't, but can I just tell them that they're good? I don't understand this. Nice work, everyone. That was good. There we go. I'm sure my assistant is trying to get me to kind of knock the morale of the team. Depending on when it is, I'll have a little look to see if I can find out who we've got in the next round. We have now our draw for the third round of the Cup. There's all the teams from top tier. I believe it's all the teams. Let me just double check. Porto, yeah, all of them. Do we draw one by one? Do I draw them all? I think it's going to take a while. Let's just draw them all and see what we get. Also, we've got Vizela again. We played these last year. So the game is going to be played on, I'm aware I say so about 12 times, but it's my kind of mental thing to start a sentence. I don't know why I can't just start a sentence without saying so. I can only apologise. I try to cut out as many as possible, but it's tricky. I say it a lot. So, we have a game on the 20th of October. That will be our next round against Vizela. Couldn't tell you why we're not playing a game in October. Doesn't make any sense. We will play that, I think, again as a standalone episode, because it's about 13 days between that and the next game, and I'm probably going to be upset. So we'll play Vizela again, one kind of standalone episode. We'll see what we'll do in there. We have kits for them. I don't know if I showed you this last time. We also had kits for Rio Ave, who we've just played, but I didn't show you them either. I was tempted to make some kits for San Joanense, just because I could, and I like making them, but I don't think it makes sense to do so now, considering we've been here a year and a half. I don't know. If I get a bit of free time, I might throw some together. But I hope you've enjoyed today's episode, and I hope you'll be back for our rematch against Vizela, because I'm wanting to beat them, or at least take them to extra time, or show that we've improved as a squad. But if you have enjoyed today's episode, do me the favour of liking and subscribing, show your support on the channel, that'd be greatly appreciated, and thank you very much for your time.